Hello, this is Heisenberg, and toy maker Youtooz has announced Godzilla vs. Kong figures. These are roughly similar to Funko Pops, but more expensive. So what do we have here? We've got Kong on Throne, that sells for $30, or will sell. And we also have a Godzilla vs. Kong on Ship set, which will sell for $40. And then the other figure, which we see here on the right, is Ray Godzilla, which will sell for $30. And these are vinyl figures, about 4 inches tall. Though I think the set with the ship, the figures are actually smaller to make room for the ship. And notice the figures have crescent eyes, which most Youtooz figures have. And I'll talk more about that later. So these go on sale on the Youtooz website on September 10th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Though in addition to that, the Ray Godzilla will also be sold in Books-A-Million stores, and again, exclusively in Books-A-Million stores. But again, first it goes on sale on the Youtooz website, so I think that's the easier way to get it. And these figures can only ship to the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand when you try to buy them from the Youtooz website. And they're limited editions. They're limited, but they don't say how many they're making. But they make a big deal out of the fact that they sell limited editions that go on sale once and then are never, sold again. So I don't know. I don't have a sense of how in demand these will be. Will they sell out, instantly, or will they be around for a while? We don't know. As a company, Youtooz started in 2019. They're based in Canada. And they make a lot of figures based on YouTube personalities, but they've also, started branching out into licensing, like Godzilla, and they also make, Popeye, for example. All right, so what do we think of these things? Well, I think they do look good. I think in some ways they look better than Funko Pops, in other ways they look worse. The main complaint I have are these eyes, these crescent eyes. So again, that seems to be YouTube's gimmick, or one of their gimmicks, is that they try to give all their figures these crescent eyes. And my word, I find it very distracting. I think it's a very dumb gimmick. I think it just sort of really takes away, because in terms of cute little minifigures or small figures, M-Time in China did a much better job. We've reviewed those already, and M-Time doesn't have any they didn't have any gimmick that they forced on the figures. They, those figures had normal eyes, and all the better for it. So except for the goofy little crescent eyes, I think they do look really good. I like the fact that they will be easily available within the United States. Those M-Time figures in China were extremely difficult to get. Like here in the United States, we had a really hard time tracking those down. So yeah, looking good. Except for the eyes. So I'm not sure if I'm going to buy these myself or not yet. Because if it was maybe, if they just had normal eyes, then I'd definitely be in. I'd be very excited. I'd be very happy, especially with the ship. I really like the two of these together with the ship. I think that looks really good. But with the weird eyes, I don't know. That just sort of just really I find that really detracting. So yeah, what to do? Not that Funko has great eyes either. Those dead black eyes of Funko Pops are not the best thing either. But I think those are still better than this. So like I said, what to do? So yeah, like I said, if you want these though, if you want these, for all we know, they'll sell out really fast. So if you want these, again, go to the Youtooz website, September 30th, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and have at it. So hope it turns out well for us. Yeah. But yeah, I like the fact that it's the ship in particular. I think it's this ship. The ship I think is the winner. In particular, but also I like the Godzilla with his heat ray. And once again, you might be wondering why do they call it heat ray? Why am I calling it? I'm calling it heat ray because they're calling it heat ray. Why are they calling it heat ray? From what I've heard, is because Toho told them to. Toho told them to call it a heat ray. So that's what And again, it's Toho owns the license, so you got to do what Toho says. So that's why we're, to the best of my knowledge, that's why we're calling it heat ray. Yeah, you can see in like the Youtooz logo here and some of these figures, they got those crescent eyes and the whole logo of the company. So you can see it's like, again, why do they do this? Why do they have like just like, let's I know, because it's like we'll make these cute little toys, but we'll all give them the same ugly eyes. Now, I've seen other companies do this before too, like make figures. It's like, let's just give them really ugly eyes, and I'm like, no. It's like that's one of the first things I look at in a figure. It's like I look at the face, I look at the eyes. Does the face look good? Do the eyes look good? So if you're gonna give something like really, like weird, strange, like nightmarish eyes, then what's the point? What's the point of making the whole figure? But yeah, so it's just very frustrating. It's very frustrating. I think M Time in China did such a better job. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for the artists who came up with these things. I want the version. I want the version that the artist drew that didn't have the wacky eyes. That's what I want. Okay. Enough on that. Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. All right, so this is Heisenberg. Hoping you enjoy the Godzilla vs. Kong figures from Youtooz.